I'm not allowed to share the screen.
I have allowed all panelists for it. So I think you should be fine now. Check now, if you can share your screen.
Hey, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Perfect. Should we start? Is it being broadcasted? How's it?
Yes, we have started recording and we have attendees.
Perfect. Okay. Hello everyone. Thanks for joining for the webinar today. We will try to discuss the new WhatsApp privacy policies and what has changed, what hasn't changed over the last some time. I think Jan 5th is when this was first announced. There has been a lot of noise going on. There has been a lot of chatter going on around what has changed, what hasn't changed. There's a lot of misinformation also being shared around on if what has changed, things have changed, WhatsApp has access to my private conversations and so on. And of course, the businesses who have been using it also have questions around how their data, how this impacts their data, what things are changing, how it impacts their existing privacy policies, what things they need to do to safeguard their data, and so on. So with this webinar, what I'm going to try doing is that I'll discuss and I'll try to take you through everything that has changed in this new privacy policy, compare it between what was there in the old privacy policy and what is there in the new privacy policy, and how it impacts you as a user, how it impacts you as a business, and then I'll open it up for questions that any of you might have. Before I start, this is quite new. While we have most of the answers which you might have about, because we have been extensively going through everything that has changed, trying to understand it also from WhatsApp on what has changed, but feel free to ask questions. Either I'll be able to answer them right away, or if I don't have an answer right now, then we will try to get you answers and then take it offline and then reach out to you with all the specific questions which you might have had and I didn't had an answer, but not a lot has changed, so things should be simple. Jan 5th or so, very early of the Jan, most of us received a pop-up which said that, hey, there is a new privacy policy and you need to agree to it to use it. And that's when a lot of conversations started on what's changing and what's not changing. So let's directly jump into what all has changed. So far, since the start of the WhatsApp, or the way I started using WhatsApp, it was always peer-to-peer communication. I used to talk to my friends, my family, and then later on the groups were introduced, so I could talk to groups. That was how the WhatsApp was used till WhatsApp business accounts came in. Once the WhatsApp business accounts came in, people had a different app, which was called WhatsApp Business App, on which businesses can download and install WhatsApp and then start talking to their customers. So usually this was one app, so not scalable. You could only handle so much that you can do on your phone, and then you can start talking to your customers and send various things, connect. Template responses were there, mostly to make business communication more seamless, and to dedicatedly shift businesses to a separate kind of accounts, which are business accounts, instead of earlier there was no clear distinction between what are individual people account and what are business accounts. So business accounts gave a simplified way to know that, hey, now I'm talking to business, and on the other side to the business people who are running it, it made it easier for them to share, say, information with their customers, quick responses, templated responses, and so on. Then as the next step, sometime back, a couple of years back, were introduced WhatsApp Business APIs. WhatsApp Business APIs were to do what WhatsApp Business App was doing, but at scale. So you could speak to hundreds of thousands of customers per day or send hundreds of thousands of tickets per day without ever opening up a WhatsApp app at all. And in fact, for the APIs, there's no app at all. So there are individual people accounts, then there are WhatsApp business accounts, and there are WhatsApp business API users. So mostly WhatsApp business API users are when we book flight tickets, we get Hello.
We can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I was saying, I mean, there were, I'm so sorry, guys. There was individual accounts, then business apps, and then business APIs. So now what is changing is for the business account, sometime back, Facebook launched something called as Facebook Shops. Now WhatsApp is bringing Facebook Shops into the WhatsApp. So that is change number one. I'll discuss in detail what all changes with Facebook Shops on WhatsApp. The other change is when a business uses WhatsApp Business API, which so far were being hosted by WhatsApp Business API providers, BSPs and ISPs like Verloop. Now businesses will have an option to, instead of using someone like Verloop to host and run their API platform, do it within Facebook infrastructure. So those are the net two changes which have been introduced with the new policy. Let's get into details on what happens. So first, let's talk about Facebook Shops. So what happened with Facebook Shops was Facebook Shops now allows people to create their platform. I mean, create a small shopping platform, say, list down their SKUs and let people transact, let people add things to cart, make purchases. Now this on Facebook has been there for a while. Now this is being brought into the WhatsApp. When this is brought into the WhatsApp, users, if and when they decide to interact with a Facebook shop, their interaction information will be shared with Facebook. So what this means is, let's say I go and check a shop which lists a couple of, say, running t-shirts. Now, when I do that and I add certain things to my cart, I discard it, I add certain other products into my cart and then make a purchase. This interaction history will be shared with Facebook. And the brand whose shop is there can use this information to show me personalized ads, or Facebook can use it to tailor my content on the Facebook feed or any of the Facebook products. So let's say I looked at running shoe. Now they can show me more running shoe, or they can show me content about running shoe. But this only happens if I choose to interact with a shop which is on WhatsApp. If I don't interact with a Facebook shop on WhatsApp, none of this happens to me. None of this impacts me. So the change that has been brought is Facebook shops get integrated on WhatsApp. There will be discoverability. You will be able to reach to this. All of those details as they happen will be made available. So when you interact with the products, when you make purchases, when you make payments, that's when your usage and interaction history gets shared with Facebook. None of your private conversations or communication has any impact, but when you use Facebook shop, data gets shared. This data then can be used by the shop brand or Facebook to personalize content for me, which may or may not be ads. And this, whenever I say Facebook, that means Facebook family of apps. So Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, or wherever else. And no contacts get shared, no group information is shared, no private communication gets shared. So that's another point. So this is all about Facebook e-commerce shops. Now, in terms of Facebook e-commerce, right now, Facebook e-commerce is Facebook e-commerce shops, or the way they get ported on WhatsApp will still remain only with WhatsApp Business APIs. Sorry, WhatsApp Business app. The APIs to run these shops are not available yet. And we don't have visibility that will be available even in next, say, 2 quarters, say. So this is only available on Facebook Business app. No APIs are available for this. But if you make your shop on Facebook, decide to do it on WhatsApp, and a customer interaction history gets shared. This is the first change. The second thing that happens is, actually, let me run the diagram and that will make it easier. So this is the simplest way in which two users communicate on WhatsApp. First is that, both of us have WhatsApp apps on our respective phones. I send a message to my friend, message first hits Facebook servers. From Facebook servers or WhatsApp servers, this goes to my friend's thing. The whole of this channel is end-to-end encrypted. no access to anyone in between, including WhatsApp. Then comes the WhatsApp business APIs. That's what I was discussing, that let's say I buy a policy, I buy an insurance policy. Now, when I buy an insurance policy, the insurance provider sends me this policy on WhatsApp. Or I might have a customer support query with my insurance provider. Hey, why is my claim not settled? Or can you send me my health insurance card, and so on. In those cases, because of the volume of communications, this method is not feasible. And hundreds of thousands of customers need to be connected. So Facebook introduced WhatsApp Business APIs. In WhatsApp Business API, when a message comes from user to WhatsApp to business, now on the side of business, there is something called as WhatsApp Business API Client. In short, it is called WABA accounts. It's a server which is hosted by BSP. And then from there, the customer and business has access to using the APIs to send and receive messages from the customers. So WABA essentially is the server on which, say, your ClearTrip or Book My Show or Make My Trip or any of the insurance providers number is hosted. From there, they are able to send and receive messages from you. Right now, the way it works is from WhatsApp. The WABA gets hosted with the BSP or ISV, someone like Verloop. And then we, as a host providers, then sell this, help businesses and businesses to run their communication on the platform. Now, communication could be automated communication, or their agents could be sitting and speaking. So right now, the dotted line is where a business WhatsApp server as well as communication platform is hosted by someone like Verloop. Now, there are certain challenges with this. One of the most important critical challenge that becomes is not all the service providers are technically fully capable to run WABA servers efficiently. So first is that the WABA servers take long to deploy. You will usually see that it takes up to a couple of weeks for your WhatsApp number to be active with WhatsApp Business API once you apply, because WABA takes time. Second is the infrastructure challenges, because it's not the core competency of a lot of businesses to host WABA servers, including the providers, BSP providers. While all the due diligence is done by Facebook, at times there are still challenges, and that makes the service not be fully reliable, or there are issues. To solve for this, to make it easier for businesses to go live with WhatsApp Business API and make it more performant, better, fast, and all the benefits, Facebook introduced another flow, which is now this WhatsApp Business API server, instead of being hosted with a BSP or a ISV, can be hosted directly within Facebook. So assume it to be a self-serve platform where a new brand goes to Facebook, opts for a WhatsApp Business API, has an option to choose between if they want to host their server with a BSP ISV or they want to host it within Facebook. If they choose to host it within Facebook, the go live goes from, say, a couple of weeks to a couple of minutes or a couple of seconds. And immediately things get much faster. Facebook does it at scale, so costs massively come down, because right now hosting servers is also expensive. So suddenly the costs also get splashed by multiple factors, right? So we don't have clear definition yet, on how much the number is going to be, but massively cheaper than what a BSP or a ISV can provide. So this is a new infrastructure change that has been introduced by Facebook for business APIs. Now, when this gets introduced and someone decides to host their systems with Facebook, that business will have an option to share that conversational data residing on the server with Facebook for marketing purposes. Just hosting with Facebook doesn't give Facebook right to access that data. As a business who has hosted data on the server still needs to opt for using that data on Facebook for personalization. And once you opt for personalization, the conversations then can be used to show more relevant ads to the people who are speaking to you, or more personalized conversations on Facebook family of products. But if you decide to stay in this architecture, which is as it is today, nothing changes. If you decide to opt for the second architecture, which is being introduced now, so you can benefit from the pace at which you can go live, you can have a cost reduction, and you still decide not to share your data with Facebook for personalization, nothing changes. But if you decide to save data on Facebook and then also opt to use it for marketing, that's when Facebook has access to this data, and this can be used for personalization purposes. And that's about it. Those are the net changes that have been introduced. Now, when you host this data in the second format, which I showed, and you also opt to use it for marketing, Facebook will explicitly tell the user that this server has been hosted on has been hosted on Facebook infrastructure. So this is first one in which Facebook says that WhatsApp doesn't have access to this data. The other one, because it has been hosted on Facebook infrastructure, there is a different notification from Facebook on before you start the conversation on how this data is being stored. So as a end user, you will always be aware of how the data is being stored, how your data is being handled at the business end. Is it hosted with Facebook? Is it not hosted with Facebook? Clear warning before you, clear notification before you start that interaction with the customer. I'll open it up now for questions which any of you have, but before that, just to reiterate through the clarifications that we have, right? So end-to-end conversations which happen between peers remain as is, nothing has changed. WhatsApp doesn't have access to those conversations. WhatsApp doesn't get to read what's being done there. WhatsApp doesn't keep a log of your peer conversations or of your group conversations. In fact, about a year and a half back, WhatsApp totally made it not possible for WhatsApp business APIs to be a part of groups. Groups remain fully private. Personal conversations remain fully private. No location data gets shared. Whatever locations and all are being shared, they don't get shared at the end with Facebook, WhatsApp. They don't have access to this data. Contacts are not shared with Facebook. You can, of course, always opt to have this new feature, which is your messages get delivered, or you can download your data at any point of time. So the net changes which have happened are about shops, on how your activity gets shared if you decide to use Facebook shops on WhatsApp. And the second one is in which brands have an option to save their data with WhatsApp and then also use it for marketing purposes. If those two are not done, then everything else in the privacy policy has remained as is. What impact it does to businesses? In my opinion, and in opinion for us as a business, where we have been working with so many banks, so many financial institutes, insurance companies, large e-commerce players, we have seen a lot of use cases. And in our opinion, there are a lot of positive things that will come out of it. First is, it will be much for, because we have seen the social commerce being picked up a lot of, there is a push towards digital, especially in e-com and how people are selling. You will see a lot of apps day to day coming in which people are creating their small stores, Shopify-like stores, but for mom and pop stores around on dedicated apps. Now, all of that can also be done on WhatsApp. And when you do it, a lot of friction gets removed. You suddenly have access to 300, 400 million people just in India who can then interact, use the platform to make payments, purchase, and so on and so forth. This data then makes it a lot more easier for people to interact and just purchase and do that. The other thing that happens, like I said, hosting WhatsApp business accounts is both time consuming and expensive. With this new feature in which businesses have an option to use Facebook infrastructure for hosting, it makes it a lot more easier for those who want to go live fast and want to save on the costs. So it just makes it more easier and cuts the time massively from a couple of weeks to a couple of seconds in going live with a WhatsApp business API and starting to connect with customers at a never before scale. But if you still want data residence, if you still want to retain the data, if you still want to host it with you, that hasn't changed. So you can still have the data. So in my opinion, these two things have a big positive. I mean, we will see these getting adopted over the period of time. And I'm not sure if I mentioned, but none of this is planned right away. All these policies happen to be quite forward looking. So over next maybe quarter or two, we will see these features slowly being rolled out. And I personally am quite excited about shops and how a lot of businesses can now go live much faster, because hosting is an expensive component so far, and that being taken away will, I'm sure, help a lot of businesses. So I'll open it up for questions now. Any of you, those who have questions, feel free to type it in the Q&A box, and I'll take them one after another. Okay, so I see questions. I'll start taking them, and feel free to share your questions. So first is, which industries will this policy affect the most other than the retail e-commerce? There are two changes which have happened. One directly relates to retail and e-commerce in terms of how the online shopping gets picked up, especially at the tier 2s, tier 3s, at the bottom of the pyramid. Retail and e-commerce definitely will have a big uptick, especially on the small pockets of purchases happening from small shops, small single person owners, proprietary owners, and small stores. Apart from that, WhatsApp Business API will have a big pick. Because it's expensive, it's time consuming. Right now, businesses think before they commit for it. But once it becomes as simple as running your campaigns on Facebook, getting a WhatsApp number becomes that simple. It's going to be a big hit, in my opinion, across the regions where WhatsApp is big. So beyond industries, I'm looking forward to seeing a lot more use cases in which people are able to connect with brands better and faster, get their responses, and also be able to just be more connected with the brands and get problems solved instead of creating an email ticket and then waiting for months. I mean, I believe the experiences will go up over the time as the costs come down. How will WhatsApp experience change for people over the coming months? So, like I said, so two kind of experiences will change, and this will take time before this experiences kick in. But the way experience change I see is that Facebook shops getting integrated will make life easier, purchases faster, especially from people around you or smaller stores, small dedicated specialized stores. It will get easier. And the second, like I said, as more and more brands come online, you will be able to interact more with businesses on WhatsApp, and businesses will be able to do it at scale. So I will not be able to just order online, but I'll also be able to connect with them for support queries, for information updates, and a better experience. Will BSPs have to mandatorily move to the Facebook hosting services? No, there is no such directive that BSPs have to mandatorily move their hosting services to Facebook. End customer can decide to keep using BSPs for the hosting. And I see a lot of businesses opting for it because of various reasons that they might have around data privacy, data residency, and so on. But this is not mandatory for people to move away from currently hosted services to Facebook hosting services. This is purely optional. How do you see the new privacy policy impact WhatsApp for healthcare? New privacy policy, I don't see will have any impact for any use case for WhatsApp business APIs. The way this will impact is if some business wants to connect and also use it for marketing, that's when they will see a positive impact. So they can host it on Facebook hosting services. And then when people talk, they can use this data for conversations, for personalization of their marketing campaigns. For healthcare, depending on what region the brand is in, they might want to wait for more information to emerge on how the Facebook infrastructure is going to be in terms of compliance. We don't have that information yet. But let's say if you are in US and you want to stick with the providers who are HIPAA compliant. So unless you have full information on if the Facebook infrastructure is going to be HIPAA compliant or not, you probably want to wait. If it is compliant, I don't know what the information is going to be, but if they have been able to do it with the compliance, then you can use it. So specific to healthcare, probably because of the compliance and regulations, I'll wait for the more information. But for somewhere where regulations are not so tight, I mean, you don't need to comply with a lot of regulations and you want to benefit from Facebook personalization, it's a good place to be. By ad family, you mean FB WhatsApp conversations as well? No, when I say FB family, I mean the current FB family, like Facebook Messenger, Instagram, Facebook as a whole, or say Facebook ad server, I mean ad engines and all. No plans that we are aware of in which ads will be served on WhatsApp conversations. Okay, there is a question from Bharat. How do you see the new privacy policy impact for chat? We have already discussed. Apurva had this question on FB family. I have already answered that. Nikhil has a question. Can healthcare brands get the business API? Nikhil, in terms of can healthcare brands get the business API, there are certain restrictions on what's allowed and what's not allowed. Not everything is allowed and not everything is blocked. Like supplements are not allowed, but OTC drug are. What I suggest you is to have a look at Facebook commerce policy, which WhatsApp commerce policy, which is publicly available. In that, they have clearly listed on what's allowed, what's not allowed. Otherwise, I mean, if you can share your exact use case and what exactly do you do as a business, we will be more than happy to help you. Otherwise, you can look up WhatsApp commerce policy, and there it's clearly in black and white written what's allowed and what's not allowed. Jasraj has a question. Just to confirm, WhatsApp business API users are free to stick to old regime, right? With a higher cash outflow, is there any condition to migrate to new regime? No, you are right. Existing hosting infrastructure remains as is. The new one is an option for those who want to move. If you want to stick with the current BSP ISV provider to host your WhatsApp infrastructure, and you are okay, I mean, you are happy with that, there is no challenge with it. There is no deadline when you have to move. There is no change in that it has to move at all. It can remain as is, and you can continue hosting as it is today. Nothing changes at all. What are new avenues for digital marketing which will get opened up by migrating to new regime? I'm assuming by migrating, you are meaning moving your WABA servers from current BSP provider to Facebook. If you're planning to get a Facebook Pro thing, I mean, your conversations can then be used to personalize and target your customers better, especially the users who have interacted with you on WhatsApp, because you would have hosted your messages on Facebook and also given explicit permission to them to reach out. That's when you will be able to run personalized campaigns better for those people. How this will happen, those details are not available yet. But this is how it will work. That data then can be used for personalization. As more details come, we should be able to share it with you. But right now, this is all we know. Like I said, I mean, very forward-looking policies. So maybe 6 months later, these things will start showing up in the product, or maybe it might come even later. So right now, nothing gets impacted immediately. But once this all comes, you should be able to do it, run more personalized conversations using your messages and your data of the customer interaction on the platform, which is hosted with Facebook. But more information as it comes. Have a couple of, Abhishek has questions, which is business API who are already using existing server structure will move to Facebook servers be difficult and cause interruptions in service. Second one is, if we want to sell our products on WhatsApp, is that possible only if we switch to Facebook servers? If yes, then can we not choose to share data with Facebook? Okay, how will existing WABA servers move to Facebook? If any business wants to do that, we do not have clear answers on that yet. What we know is when the people are creating new accounts, or let's say you want to host additional number on Facebook, that's when you will have an easy switch opting between, do you want to go with a BSP or you want to directly host it on Facebook. Migration information is not available right now with us. Once more information comes on this technically, how this will be done, or if this will be done, that's when we should be able to share. But yes, I agree with you. I mean, if we are doing that, then probably for a while there will be interruptions in the service, but all that depends on how they decide to orchestrate that. If we want to sell products on WhatsApp, is it possible only if we switch to Facebook servers? So see, there are two ways you can sell on WhatsApp. First is using Facebook Shops. Facebook Shops is done using Facebook Shops and WhatsApp Business API. Sorry, WhatsApp Business app. Shops on API is not available. There are no timelines also available yet. So if you want to sell on using WhatsApp Business API, in that case, you need to use something like, say, Verlu, in which you can then run things like in which people can come and say, hey, I want to buy two running tea or two workout tea or kind of things, right? So, and then a personalized conversation happens. But that specific interface which WhatsApp is trying to bring is not available on API yet. If you're selling it on conversations, things like, hey, can you repeat my last order? Can you send me the good order? I mean, my usual tea order, without using Facebook Shops, the new UX, new UI, which WhatsApp will be bringing over time, but plain old chat, then it is not mandatory for you to be on Facebook servers, Facebook infrastructure. You can continue where you are and you can run conversations. It's not mandatory for any business to move to Facebook infrastructure right now. Okay, what are the new avenues? This has been answered. This has been answered. What's your opinion on the shift happening to alternatives like Signals and Telegrams? Do you think it is a temporary shift? I have always used multiple messaging platforms, and the way I see it is that no one is going to move away from WhatsApp. It's just that the number of people who are on WhatsApp is so high that shift is not happening anytime. I don't see that shift happening. And second is nothing has changed. I mean, your WhatsApp conversations haven't really changed. So once this information gets more readily available to people, I don't see that there will be a shift from a platform. But what I do believe will happen is that people will be available on multiple platforms. You will have more adoption of Signal for sure. But will that take away WhatsApp users? I don't believe so. As a business, Signal APIs are not available. So this question also comes that, hey, will you as a business be supporting a Signal? So as and when APIs are available, we are a multi-channel platform, more than happy to support it. At this moment, it's not available. Besides, this is a question from Apurva. Besides healthcare, which other industries are not allowed to use WhatsApp Business APIs? So Apurva, it's not like that healthcare is not allowed to use WhatsApp Business APIs. Certain categories, subcategories within healthcare are not allowed to use WhatsApp Business APIs. So similar to that, like I said, if you will search for WhatsApp commerce policy, you will be able to see what's allowed, what's not allowed, like firearms are not allowed. Similarly, usual suspects when it comes to pornography and all is not allowed. And then supplements are not allowed, which comes into healthcare, and a lot of conviction goes that, hey, healthcare is not allowed completely. So things are allowed, part things are allowed, part things are not allowed, payday loans are not allowed. So just have a look at WhatsApp commerce policy. That's an exhaustive document which covers what's allowed, what's not allowed very extensively. How to manage the consumers falling trust with Facebook, and what does it mean for WABA? Consumers falling trust with Facebook, I think a lot of, so while privacy debates are good, in my opinion, at this moment, when it comes to WhatsApp, it's misplaced. I'm a big personal, I'm a big believer in privacy and this should be done right. But at this moment, this particular conversation is wrong. Nothing has changed in the way it has been used. I think it's just a matter of time before people do get to know what the real facts are and they they get back to WhatsApp. There is a lot of, I'll agree, this was not communicated well by WhatsApp. It could have been done a lot better rather than a sudden pop-up to everyone, could have been managed a lot better. But over a period of time, this should settle. Will my WhatsApp number change on migration from BSP to Facebook? Nikhil, we do not have the migration information available yet. So the way this is happening right now, if you want to move from one BSP to another, right now there is no way to port your number. But this said, number portability should come over a period of time. So will the number portability essentially moving from a BSP to Facebook is also like moving from one BSP to another, as in one infrastructure to another. So we do not have that information yet, that if that BSP shift, BSP to Facebook infrastructure will come with number portability or not. But once more details are available, hopefully towards the end, towards next quarter or March endish or whenever that gets available, we should be able to share it. But at this moment, we don't have that information. But I'm sure in a long run, the game is that you will be able to access your I mean, you will be able to port your numbers, but that's not available yet, even from BSP to BSP. Perfect. So I don't see any other questions. If you have any other questions, feel free to type it. I'll be able to answer. Otherwise, we can wrap it. All right. I don't see any other. There's one question. Perfect. Then no other questions. Thanks a lot, everyone, for joining. If you have any questions, feel free to write to us at marketing@verloop.io or okay, there is one more question which I should answer. As a BSP, doesn't this demotivate you to host your servers? Not really, Nikhil. It doesn't demotivate us at all. See, there are going to be some players who will find it better to host it with Facebook because actually, fun question. No, we are not demotivated by this infrastructure. Actually, this solves a lot of problems for smaller brands for whom it was a prohibitive cost in terms of hosting WhatsApp servers. See, I can't speak for everyone else, but we are not in the business of hosting WhatsApp servers. We host WhatsApp servers. I mean, we work with BSPs and our customers to host WhatsApp servers because we want them to be on platform. For us, best cases, I'm in the business of automating customer support, nothing else. Everything else around it is just to enable businesses. We don't make margins on hosting WhatsApp numbers. So I host it, Facebook hosts it. For me as a business, it doesn't change. But like I said, I can't speak for everyone else. Divyansh, Anuj, any suggestions on how to communicate our audience to reassure them of this policy? Divyansh, probably a good idea will be that we can share this deck with you. If you can drop your email address, we can share this deck with you. This is all in net that has changed. Plus, if you want, we'll be more than happy to connect with your team. My team can connect with your team, answer their queries, also run a small private session of this for your team or your users and take them through what has changed, what hasn't changed. We will try helping you in every possible way. But yeah, a lot is at communication right now. All right. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for joining. If, like I said, any questions, feel free to drop us at marketing@verloop, or my mail ID is g@verloop.io. So you can directly write to me as well. Look forward to hearing anything in any way we can help you. More than happy to do it. Thanks a lot for joining.